Hi! Ako po si Mike Francisco at ito po ang Litrato Philippines. Mapapanood niyo mo kami dito lang sa Radyo Bandido TV, simulcast on DCRD 8:10 AM at sa Sky Cable Channel 224 and digital boxes and free-to-air TV at sa aming social media account, facebook.com/DCRD 8:10 AM at ang aming official YouTube channel. Kaya subscribe, like, and follow and share. See you there!
Litrato Philippines, hosted by Mike Francisco, showcases a variety of wonderful, uplifting beauty queens from all over the world, Philippine tourism, culture, and lifestyle, and issues being faced in our country. Catch them Monday to Friday on Radio Bandido TV, Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, digital free-to-air Channel 29, Facebook.com/DZRJ 8:10 AM, and YouTube channel DZRJ 8:10 AM, Radio Bandido.
Ayan, magandang gabi po sa lahat po nanonood ng Litrato Philippines at araw po ng Huwebes, no? September 7. At ngayong araw po, like I promised yesterday, we have an Asian candidate from Miss Earth 2023. Later on, I will introduce her. But first, we would like to invite everyone that who are watching us in national TV here in the Philippines. Please share, no? Our live, no? So you can watch us via Sky Cable Channel 224 and all TV boxes and DTT boxes nationwide. And of course, you can hear us in our Philippine radio station, DZRJ 10 AM, Radio Bandido TV. And we do have a TikTok account, DZRJ 10 AM. We do have an social media account, facebook.com/DZRJ 10 AM, and our YouTube channel, DZRJ 10 AM, Radio Bandido. And also, we do have apps, no? Streaming apps and Radio Garden apps by iOS and Android. Then search DZRJ 10 AM for you able, no, to hear, no, our live, no, not only in Litrato Philippines, but all other program here at Radio Bandido TV. And of course, you can definitely follow us or join with us, no, with your favorite candidate in Miss Earth 2023, like what I will introduce right now, no. But before that, no, I'm trying to share our live first, no. So later on, while I'm doing this, I'll also give the link to our guest enable for her to share our live as well, no. Anyway, before anything else, no, we would like to congratulate first the Miss San Mateo, Mr. and Miss San Mateo press conference yesterday that been held, no, in San Mateo, Rizal. And of course, we would like to thank Congressman Jojo Garcia, no, for having this particular pageant here in certain provinces here in the Philippines as well, no. Likewise, the Miss Cosmo World Philippines, no, has press conference yesterday at Manila House, no, our House of Manila in Pasay City, no. And likewise, we do have another event like last night at the Manila Hotel, the Mr. of Pilipinas, no, which has a pageant gala yesterday. I was invited on that particular event, but I'm not able to attend, no, because it's too far from me, no. Anyway, let's introduce our guest first, no, so that our most of the people definitely, no, are waiting for this. Wait, I just copy the link so that I can give to our guests. Anyway, here's the link so that you can share. Yeah. Oh, please share. Anyway, also, no, in our group, no, I'll just post it. Okay, we're done. Anyway, let's introduce our guest for tonight, no. Actually, it's already 7:30 p.m. towards 8 o'clock in their country as well. No, so let's introduce her. She is 21 years old, medical student, a trained dancer, taekwondo player. Oh my gosh, no? And a greeny and divine Miss Earth India. She was raised by her single mother, and seeing the hardship at very young age developed a sense of empathy in her, no, for her surrounding. As a medical student, she is always concerned about the health, both environment and human, and believe both of them are interconnected. She is in the mission of greener, cleaner, and healthier future. The environmental crisis in the world is a pressing issue that needs immediate attention. Rapid population growth, more forest area is brought under cultivation to meet the food demands. In 2022, GHI India ranks 107 out of 121 countries, and conventional farming practices are having a negative impact on environment, including soil degradation, water pollution, and loss of biodiversity. No, so here she are, educating people about practices such as organic farming, rotational farming. In India, as an agrarian country with around 70% of the people depending directly, indirect upon agriculture. From her childhood, she was always inspired by this word from 𝗟𝗶𝘁𝗶𝗽𝗶. Mother Earth, may whether I dig from you, grow back again quickly, and may we not injure you by our labor. This is good quote, no? So by supporting these practices, we're not only nourishing ourselves but also taking care of Mother Nature. Moreover, I wholeheartedly support the Divine Millet Movement, a crucial initiative aimed at not only educating but also inspiring individuals to take concrete action by joining forces with her movement. We can collectively steer the course towards more environmental responsible and sustainable future. Together, we can reduce the ecological footprint of agriculture, mitigate the adverse impacts of our precious ecosystem, and work towards securing better world for future generations. It's crucial for us to come together and take action to protect our environment. She invite you, no, all our viewers, no, to join hands with her and support her in her journey. Let's raise awareness, work towards in a greener future. Our Miss Earth India 2023, no other than, I hope I will mention it correctly, Priyan Sain. Hi, good evening. Did I mention it right?
Yes, kamusta? Hello,
Yun, no?
Philippines.
Hello, India. No, at the same time, no. I already shared you the link so that you can share it in your country as well. Actually, I have a friend from Miss Earth, last Miss Earth, no, Banchika. Do you know her?
Yes.
Actually, she's younger than you. Am I right? She's only 18. Am I, am I 18, 19?
Manchita Parmar, yes, she's younger than me and she was the reigning queen till 26th August and she passed the crown to me. She was Miss Earth India 2022 and I am her successor.
Oh yeah, I know. No, and I hope no you as a successor you will also help your country as well. Actually, your country is known for lots of spices and agricultural products as well. No, it is very well known in the world. No, aside from lots of spices, also an agricultural country as well. No, and I've seen a lot of movie from India. Not only some of it are not really that good in our eye, but definitely the culture, no, are definitely still there, no, and the people are loving it, no, for being an Indian people who work hard, not only for themselves but also for their family. Am I right, Priya?
Definitely. Talking about the spices, well, actually, we are called the spice bowl of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And 40% of all the spices produced in the world, 40% of them are produced in India. And approximately 2 billion tons of spices are produced in India every year. And
Mm-hmm.
talking about the spices, well, Indian cuisines or Indian food is incomplete with without the spices. So whenever you come to India, just you need to taste the food here.
Well,
Spices are all.
yes, speaking of India, we would like to know about more in India. Not only just watching a movie from Netflix or other movie apps, no? Can you tell us more about India, like the best places to visit for those people who are watching right now? I know they're planning to visit India someday. So can you guide us? So what are the places would you like to recommend for us to visit? And what the particular food would you highly recommend for the tourists, not only from me, from all the viewers as well, so that they will love, no, and enjoy traveling, no, in your country as well. Can you tell us more about your country? Go ahead.
Well, our country, India, stands for its rich diversity, beauty, and unity. Well, we have 29 different states and 22 different languages and a lots of different religions, but we still have unity and a lots of different culture. We have been, we have a history of around 30,000 years, and we've been following their culture since then. And since a child is born in India, he or she is taught that you have two mothers. One is by which you're born, from whose womb you're born, and second is your mother, India. Our country is also considered as mother. And speaking about the food, well, we have different states, and each and every state have their own food, and we have different hundreds and different thousands of foods here, and each one have its own taste, its own spices, its own nature, its own culture. So I can't advise you to taste one food, but different kinds of food, so you'll know the culture of India. Well, categorizing the food, we have northern food, we have southern food, we have eastern food, western food, and also the street food. My
Mhm.
favorite is street food because I love it.
Street food.
And whenever you roam in the streets of India, you will smell the scent of butter being melted on the roasted chicken and all the sorts of spices in the food. So I think that's the interesting part about the food. Talking about the geographical features of our country, well, we have the Himalayan ranges in the north, which crowns our country and protects it from the cold winds that comes from other part of the Asia. Well, we have a long coast of sea and in the southern region of India. Also, we have deserts. We have three major deserts. Well, Thar Desert, the Kutch Desert. We have three major deserts, which are around, I guess, 20,000 square miles extended. And also in the northeastern regions, we have beautiful mountain ranges, and northeastern region also have its own culture. So one food that I would like you to have is rasgulla. It's called
Mm-hmm.
rasgulla, and it's a sweet ball, white
Mm-hmm.
ball. And when you put it into your mouth, it melts away.
Wow,
Sweet.
that's
So I would like
delicious.
to taste it.
Anyway, can we do ask also some question about your country, especially about your culture? Like, what are the religion in your country? How many people are, as I'm not asking the exact population, but based on your knowledge, no, how many population in India as of now? And likewise, no, aside from the religion, what culture do you think is the richest, no, in India these days? No, go ahead.
Well, talking about the population, I guess it's a pressing issue right now in India, because you might have known India passed China and became the most populated country of the world right now.
Mhm.
And it's a major issue because we are not a developed country right now. We are a developing country, and meeting the food demands, the rising food demands that we have to face, the all sorts of facilities that we have to give to all of the people, not having enough jobs for people. People are dying because of diseases, not having proper health centers. So I guess it's a pressing issue, and the world needs to discuss it right now. Even Indian politicians needs to discuss it right now. Speaking about the religion, there are all different sorts of religion. We either it's Buddhism, either it's Hinduism, Christianity, Muslims, all different sorts of religion, and we wholeheartedly support each other. We live in that's why we say it unity in diversity. So we all live well. We say each other as brothers and sisters, even if we are from different religion. And I guess that's the essence of India. And I love this part of India. So, as coming back to your question, you asked me about what all sorts of places we should
I
visit in
mean,
India.
no, I mean, I'm asking about the rich culture of your country, which is the as of this, because some country forget their culture already, because it's a modern days and there's a lot of people wearing something like that, wearing like something like this, because it's 2023. We're not going back around 1900 or something, or around 1980s, 1970s, 1960s. Still, no? Can you tell us, even though it's a modern days, the culture is still practiced in your country, in India?
Yes, definitely. We are always connected to our roots in India. Although with coming generations, it's fading because of the Western influence in our country. But I still see most of the times whenever there are festivals, we have a lot of festivals in India also because of the different religions. So whenever there are festivals, we always wear our traditional clothes. You see, whenever you come to India, you see women walking around in saris and salwar suits, which is the traditional attire of India. So I would say even in our educational curriculum, our religious texts and religious books are included, which were written thousands of years ago, like the one of the quotes that you read right now from 𝗟𝗶𝘁𝗶𝗽𝗃. We've been taught in schools about the 𝗟𝗏, Rig Veda, Ramayana, Mahabharata. All of these are just connected, and we are connected from our roots, definitely. But we need to teach our young generation that yes, we have to for developing, we actually have to stay grounded, stay connected to our roots. That's how high we can go. Definitely, India is also facing a major issue of Western influence, but I believe that coming generation will solve this issue, and women like me are going to stand strong against it and bring back our culture. And yes.
Wow. No. Anyway, I saw your sash, and it's stated divine, Miss Earth. No, why it's they put divine on it?
Because the Miss Earth India title is holded by Divine Group Foundation here in India.
Oh, so I see. I thought it was respected and something religious related. No, that was thinking like that. That's why it's divine. No, but like what you said, no, it's handled by divine group, no, in your country. Anyway, before we proceed on our next question, we do have a report first, no, from our reporters here in the Philippines. I'll just stated this particular report first. Selebrasyon ng Singkaban Festival sa Bulacan. Panauwing pandangal si Senator Amy Marcos mula sa report ni Sir Jimmy Mahusay. Sir Jimmy, magandang gabi po. Go ahead.
Naghahanda na ang pamahalaang panlalawigan ng Bulacan sa pinakahihintay na pagbubukas ng engranding selebrasyon ng Singkaban Festival 2023. Bukas yan, Setyembre 8, 2023. Nagaganapin sa harap ng gusali ng Kapitolyo na dadalahan ni Senador Amy R. Marcos bilang panauhing pandangal. Ang selebrasyon ay may temang likas na yaman, kasaysayan at kultura, pangalagaan ating pamana. Sasamahan si Senador Marcos, Nina Gobernador Daniel R. Fernando, Vice Governor Alexis C. Castro, mga miyembro ng Sangguniang Panlalawigan, mga kawani ng Kapitolyo, kasama ang libu-libong mga Bulakenyo sa pagbibigay ng halaga sa diwa ng pagkamalikhain ng mga tao sa pamamagitan ng iba't ibang presentasyon ng kultura, street dancing at mga arts exhibit sa isang linggong puno ng kasiyahan. Kabilang sa mga programang itatampok sa grand opening ay ang parada ng karosa na magpapamalas sa mga ipinagmamalaking mga bayan at lungsod at ang paglulunsad ng pinakaunang produksyon ng dulaang Pilipino na ipalalabas sa tanghalan ni Nicanor Abelardo hanggang September 10 ng taong 2023. Dagdag pa rito, magbubukas rin na sa publiko hanggang September 15 ang iba't ibang mga kompetisyon at mga exhibit kabilang na ang Singkaban ng Bayan, Singkaban Art Making Competition 2023 at ang Bulacan Travel Mart sa Mini Forest, Bulacan Culture Costume Competition 2023 na ito'y gaganapin sa hiyas ng Bulacan Museum, Robinson Place, Malolos, Tatak Singkaban Trade Fair sa harap ng Provincial Cooperative and Enterprises Development Office at ang Bilyesa, The Interplay of Aesthetic Sense featuring the artworks of Lumina Arts Group sa Guillermo Tolentino Exhibit Hall. Sa kanyang mensahe, bibigyan diin ni Gobernador Daniel R. Fernando ang kasaysayan ng masiglang kultura at tradisyon ng lalawigan bilang patunay sa pagkakatatag ng mga mamamayan nito sa isang simbolo ng kakayahan na makasunod sa mga pagbabago at may paninindigan. Anya, ang Singkaban Festival ay isang panahon kung saan dapat magsama-sama upang parangalan ang mga mayamang pamana na ipinasa sa mga henerasyon. Ang mga makukulay na parada, masiglang pagtatanghal at magagandang palabas ay patunay ng pagkamalikhain at kasinagan ng mga Bulakenyo. Ang pagdiriwang din anya na ito ay isang paalala na ang mga tradisyon ay buhay at umuunlad at patuloy itong magdudulot ng kagalakan at inspirasyon sa lahat ng makakasaksi nito. Ako, si 𝗟𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗽𝗶 nagulat para sa DZRJ 10 AM, ang Radyo Bandido TV.
Maraming salamat kasamang 𝗟𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗽. Samantala, meron naman tayong report kay Sir Edwin Moreno. 6 na rebelde todas sa engkwentro ng militar sa Bohol. Pakinggan natin report ni Sir Edwin. Sir Edwin, magandang gabi po.
Todas ang 6 na rebeldeng NPA at nasamsam dito ang 7 matataas na kalibre ng baril ng 47th Infantry Battalion sa engkwentro sa Sitio Hilaya, Barangay Campagaw, Bilar, Bohol kaninang umaga. Dakong ika-7 at kalahati ng umaga nang nagsasagawa ng peace and security operation sa lugar ang grupo nang makatanggap ng ulat na may presensya ng armadong NPA sa lugar. Dito nagkasagupan ng taong gobyerno ang 9 na membro ng Bohol Party Committee, Committee Rayon, Negros, Cebu, Bohol at Siquijor. Sa ilalim umano ito ng pamumuno ni Domingo Compok alias Enjoy, Jing at Cobra na tumagal ng 7 minutong bakbakan kung saan umatras ang mga rebelde. Sa magkakasunod na 5 engkwentro, natagpuan ang bangkay ng 6 na nasabing MPA sa bakbakan. Na-recover din ang 5 5M56 rifle at 2 AK-47 rifle. Sa ulat ni Lieutenant Colonel Magno Mapalad, D3rd Commanding Officer ng 47th Infantry Battalion, ang matagumpay na negosasyon o ang matagumpay na operasyon laban sa mga rebelde ay base sa impormasyon na ibinahagi ng Bulanon sa tropang militar noong Mayo 12, taong 2023 na patay din si alias Jasper, isang political guide ng BPC ng People's Army sa isang engkwentro sa pwersa ng gobyerno sa Antique, Bohol. Ako si Edwin Moreno, nagulat sa DZRJ 10 AM Radyo Bandido TV.
Maraming salamat kasamang tawag dito, Edwin Moreno. Anyway, let's go back to our guest. Maybe I don't know if he's still okay with us, no? Maybe she fell asleep during the long interview, the long report, no, by our reporter here in the Philippines. Anyway, no, let's proceed to our next question. Let's ask, no, I do know there's a lot of pageant in India, no. Likewise, we would like to ask, why did you choose Miss Earth over this grandiose pageant available in your country as well? Go ahead.
Well, I believe India is advancing and we have been making a lot of development in scientific, in economical, we've been making a lot of growth except the environmental growth. The last Miss Earth crown that came to India was in 2010. And after that, we barely got any placements in Miss Earth. Also, from a very young age, I developed a sense of empathy, not only for humans, but also my environment. And for at this current moment, I believe that this is the most pressing issue that we need to face right now. And I have a very soft and delicate kind of nature. I don't have that fierce nature to go into some other pageants. So I related most myself to this pageant because I'm from a medical background, I'm a medical student, and I consider environmental and human health as something that I am responsible for. I can bring a lot of change into these sectors. So that's why I chose Miss Earth.
Wow, no, and definitely, I know, no, most of the girls who choose Miss Earth, we are very proud, no, because they choose Miss Earth over the other pageant available in the country. But can we ask also your advocacy in this particular pageant as well? Go ahead.
Sir, my advocacy stands for in as I told you, it's related to my heart. I'm very emotional about it. As I told you, India surpassed China in its population, and we are the most populated country in the world. And with the ever-growing population, there's a food crisis in India. Also, with the ever-growing demand of food, we are taking a lot of forest area under cultivation to meet the growing demands of food, which is leading to deforestation. And due to deforestation, we are facing a lot and lots of problems in India. Not only that, to meet the growing food requirements, we are actually using the method of conventional farming, using insecticides and pesticides, which not only pollutes our lands, but also the underground and surface water resources, which is also another thing which leads to biodiversity loss. So because of that simple thing, we are facing so many issues. I wanted people to be aware about the organic, the recycling farming practices, so that we can bring it into our culture and we can practice it, so that we can actually save our Mother Earth, but also meet our requirements. Because if you know about India, India is an agrarian country. 70% of India's population is based directly or indirectly on agriculture. So that's why I chose my advocacy to switch to organic farming rather than following the conventional practices. And because of that, I am following the divine millet movement. Millets are foods that are actually cheap, because a lot of people in India don't meet the nutritional requirements because they lack financial sources. Millets are a source which can be obtained, which can be gained at a very low price. Also, the farmers, they can grow it at a very low cost. Well, in India, if you don't know, in India, 11.2% of the population that is doing suicide are farmers, because they don't get the output that they require from their fields because of all these conventional farming practices and because of high cost of these insecticides and pesticides, all of these seedlings. So I want all of the issues to be eradicated from my country just by following some simple practices and bringing that into our Indian culture. And that's what I stand for.
Since you mentioned about farming, since today is already a modern day and most of the people are definitely towards in some newest courses, just like an IT, medical, like Banchika is planning to go for military, but I didn't hear anyone from Mr. Candidate mention, no, you want to be a farmer. No, how's the farmers' career in your country right now? Are there people are more interested in farming, or they are diverted in other ways?
Well, the issue that you raised is actually what we are facing in India right now. Most of the people want to be doctors or engineers, and they think that we'll get a lot of success in that, but they forget, if we don't have food in our plates, how will we take our country forward? And that's what I stand for. That's what my advocacy stands for. It's for farmers. I stand by farmers because from a very young age, I've been living into a small city where farming is actually very, very, very important. And farmers are actually like our gods because they feed us. We pray to our food before we eat it. Why don't we start praying farmers? Because they are our bread bearers. So that's why although yes, this is a major issue in the world right now, not only in India, I would like, in Miss Earth, I would like to stand on this and educate the youth about this, so that in coming generations, that these kind of occupation is also practiced and also valued.
Actually, when I read your profile earlier, I seen some problems about farming in your country. Maybe I will add this for this question about since you mentioned that it's a major problem, no, not only in your country but throughout the world, when the people are not interested in farming anymore. They go in other courses likewise. Sometimes, no, there's an issue of um, thinking where they can earn more. That is why they are going toward in some courses aside from farming. That like what you said. No, when all the people are not interested in farming anymore, where do you will able to find food? No, for them. No one will cultivate your land. And I think one of the issue why the people are not interested in farming as well, because since the growing population in your country, there's a lot of villages, townhouses built, no, and occupied the land, which is definitely for agricultural land itself, no. Do you think it's also a problem in your country right now, just like what other country facing as well?
Yes, it's a. I told you during when I was telling about my advocacy, more and more of forest lands is being bought under cultivation because of the overgrowing population and meeting the demands of the growing population. We have 4 major biodiversity hotspots in India, and because of these, we have almost lost 90% of them. Yes, that's a huge number, I know, but if I believe that if I stand for this, if I raise my voice for this, I believe I can bring some changes. I just need some support. Although I'll go to Miss Earth and learn a lot from my fellow queens, but yes, this is a major issue, and we are working on it. And I'm sure that in coming years we'll come back stronger. And next time when you'll be taking my interview, I believe that you won't be asking the same question.
I hope so, no? So soon that it will be settled and people will realize that they need to help each other. And even though they're thinking about being an engineer, medical doctor, they must, at least plant some food, like spices or anything like vegetables or fruits in their backyard, so in order for them to have some food someday when there's a lot, has a crisis, when there's a lot of number of people who looking for food, maybe someday next will have a problem in supply, in your country, agricultural supply. So before I proceed to the next question, can I ask how's the agricultural supply in your country right now? Is it enough for your people, or definitely there's a crisis as well, right now in your country regarding food security and food supply?
Well, I believe right now what our politicians are focusing on is women empowerment, is they are focusing on war issues, diplomatic issues, but they're forgetting that if we don't have people in our country, if we don't have Mother Nature, if we don't have food on our plates, nothing can go well for our country. And this is what I stand for. Yes, there is a huge food crisis in our country right now. People who are below the poverty scale cannot even afford daily 2 meals a day. Although government is doing a lot of things, they are providing free food. There in India, we have temples where there are langars, where free food is given to poor people. But still, how many people get access to it? I don't understand. And we need to educate people about this. That the surplus food we should donate, and also we have to. I think that the only major concern is that the government is not at all looking into it. But from past some years, we have led the millet movement, and India is the flag bearer of millet movement of the world. So I believe through the millet movement, we can grow enough food for our country's population, also to supply it to other nations, so that the third world countries, who are also facing food crisis even worse than India, so we can actually work for them too. That's what Divine Millet Movement stands for: producing food not only for our country but also for other people.
Yes. And I was like now, no, since I saw your calculation, it almost not actually surpassed the China, at least a few numbers as well, around less than how many? I think 20 million, I think. Definitely will surpass, no, the number in China population. No, it is very most number in your country. When we see the geographical map of your country, is not just like big, no, as China, no.
Yes.
And I was thinking where the people located right now, as lot of population you have right now, and also the food, no, like what you said, how many percent of the land occupied by agricultural land right now? What do you think? How many percent in your country to be covered by agricultural land?
Well, the agriculture, I don't know the exact estimates from recent years, but as far as I know that I told you that 90% of our biodiversity is lost because we have to bring more and more land under cultivation. And 70% of our population is engaged in agriculture. So you can actually estimate it that it's a huge number. Even the villages actually are covered with farms, and you don't see tall trees anymore in India. It's just farms, acres and acres of farms producing food and still not meeting the demands of the country.
Because I was thinking, no, why? I'm not blaming your government. Maybe it is also the problem of the people. I do know shelter is important, but also food is important. They need to balance it, no, not only for shelter as well. No? We need not to focus on shelter at the same time. We need to focus at the both sides. No, this is a basic demands, no, of the people to live, so that we must balance it, no? Including the food supplies and also the shelter for everyone. No? It is important for any people to have a shelter. I hope your people, no, in India, you have a lot of people. Maybe they will come up together and try, no, to cultivate, no, starting cultivate and produce more products or food products in your country in order to feed, no, your people. There's a lot of people, a billion of people, no, standing and waiting, no, for you to live, no. I hope it's okay. I hope the malnutrition are not definitely in your side right now, because what the number I've seen, no, I was thinking one of the problems of the government is malnutrition as well. No, anyway, before I proceed, before we ask that question, can we ask um, the environmental issue that you are facing in your country right now?
Well, there are a lot of environmental issues, and if I start counting them, then I guess this interview is going to last for 2 days. So I'll just
Okay, but just give me the top most problem that you have right now.
okay. So the first and foremost problem is air pollution. As you might have known that 67 cities of India are on top 100 cities of the world who are the most populated cities. And Delhi ranks the best in our capital of India. It's the most polluted city. So although measures have been taken by the government, although we have been doing a lot of things during COVID, when there was lockdown, our air quality increased, like it improved. But after the pandemic, we came back to pre-pandemic situation, and we've been facing a lot of issues. Even if you go to Delhi, now people are wearing masks, air purifier masks, so that they won't harm their lungs and their respiratory systems. And India is facing a lot of airborne diseases problem right now. Also, earlier there were the women in our country were the most infected by the smoking gas stoves. The country was women of India were using stoves which were smoking, using coals and woods and timber as their fuels. So Indian women were facing a lot of breathing problems, but right now the government have actually distributed some gas stoves which are non-smoking. And the non-smoking stoves have actually improved the condition of Indian housewives for cooking. The next major issue I'd like to bring your attention to is water pollution. We, India, actually have passed a lot of our waste into our body, rivers and oceans directly, untreated, because we don't have a lot of facilities for treatment of wastewater. And because of that, India is facing one of the major countries of the world who's facing these waterborne diseases such as typhoid and cholera. And we actually are giving vaccines to people, but it's not meeting the demands, because if we don't treat the water pollution, we cannot treat these diseases.
Yes, that's right.
We have actions for establishing the water treatment plants, but they are not enough, because our country, if we say geographically, we have 8 major river systems and 400 rivers which flow across our country. So with 400 rivers, it's actually a difficult task to maintain the water treatment system. And but I think we are actually doing great in water polluting. Also, if you have learned a lot about India, then you would have known that Taj Mahal, one of the 7 wonders of the world, is in India, and it's made of beautiful white marble. But due to the air pollution, due to the sulfuric acid and nitrous oxides into the air, due to the acid rain, the white marble is being converted into yellow. The Taj Mahal is turning yellow. And the Yamuna River, which flows beside the Taj Mahal, due to the algae waste, the green algae waste, the Taj Mahal is turning actually brown. One of the 7 wonders of the world is actually deteriorating in its quality because of air and water pollution that we have right now in India. And if we don't treat it, maybe we might lose the beauty of Taj Mahal, and it might not be a wonder of the world anymore. Also, I would like to bring the attention towards the loss of biodiversity in a country. The National animal of our India is the Bengal tiger. And we have a very few left in our own country because of the loss of biodiversity. As I've told you, 90% of our biodiversity has been lost. 4 hotspots in India, and still we can't manage to save our animals, our birds, our trees. So I guess these are the major issues that we're facing right now. And these and people actually need to bring their attention to these issues, because if right now if we don't, then we won't have much time. And if yes, I know educating people is important, but if you don't have your environment, if you don't have a clean environment, you don't have a green environment, what would you educate to people about? That's what
Wow.
I stand.
That's great. No, actually, I admire you. No, I've seen that you're very um, uh, aggressive when in terms to protect not only your environment but also your people as well. Maybe aside for being a medical practitioner, maybe someday you will be a politician as well. No, I was joking, but definitely there's an opportunity that maybe you can uh be, someday. No, I don't know when, where you're still young, but maybe from the start, no, you can able to manage to help your people through this advocacy that you have. But anyway, like what you said earlier, when you told most of the problems, it will definitely lease our time. No, so actually we have only 6 minutes left, but I'll ask you a question and definitely ask me answer it quickly. No, so that we can able to tackle some matter that we need to hear uh, by your fans, no, or by your followers as well. Preparation for Miss Earth. What are your preparation?
Well, I believe Miss Earth is looking for a woman who can inspire others not to be like herself, but to be like themselves and protect the environment. And I think that I have all those qualities imbibed in me. So I am quite ready for Miss Earth. I am like, bring it on. But I'm quite excited to learn all of my fellow queens. And yes, I've been preparing. I've been learning about all the issues although I have a quite decent knowledge about the issues that my country is facing, but I would like to learn a lot that the world is facing right now, and I am working on it. I'm working on my fitness. And let's see what the future holds.
That's good, no? Anyway, can I ask if you have any message for your fellow queens all over the world, and also would like to give some message to your people? Actually, I'm planning to send a message to your people, but it will be best, no, if you're going to you will be the one who will give a message for them. Go ahead, Priyan.
Okay, so I would like to say to all of the people who are listening me that we have only one planet. There's no planet B. Let's join our hands and let's make this earth, the Mother Earth, we call it as our mother. Let's make our Mother Earth feel safe in our hands. Let's come together and work for our Mother Earth. That's what I would like to say to all of the people around the world. Also, to my fellow queens, I'm proud of you all that you're standing for a major cause. More than 90 of the countries coming to Miss Earth, and each queen has her own advocacy and is working for environment, is working for the upliftment of people. So I admire you guys a lot, and I'm so proud of you and excited to meet you all.
Actually, earlier when you're talking, I was worried about you because maybe some government official are watching and then thinking, oh, what's happened to this girl? No, why she was telling our problem to the world? No, but actually, sure, ma'am, whoever you are who are listening or watching our Miss Earth Queens, Priyan, no, we admire her. Actually, her courage will be definitely a plus for us in order to tell the world that actually it's an eye-opening, not for your people but also you as a leader. Um, I hope whoever you are who are watching right now, I hope you will able to understand what definitely people needs and definitely will help, no, in order to sustain, no, particular needs of your country, or not, I mean, particular needs of your people to your country, no, and definitely, no, if you will not do some things, no, in order to change or to focus or definitely make an action of what Priya said. Definitely, most of your people will going out, no, or live in your country, no, and try to live in other country, which is they can be supplied, no, for what they need, no. And I hope, no, it is an eye-opening because the population is growing. Maybe you have also tried to have a population control also law in order for them to stop the growing numbers of your people because India is not big as China or Russia. So definitely you must be worried that the number of people that you have and you will not able to supply most of your people, especially in food, no, and shelter as well. Anyway, thank you very much. Would you like to thank some people before we end our program? Go ahead, Priyan.
I would like to thank you for inviting me and actually encouraging me to speak the and to bring the problems of India in
Mhm.
front of the world. Also, I would like to thank my organization and also all of the people who are listening to me patiently. And let's hope for the best that in coming years we might save our Mother Earth.
I am very so proud of you because of your courage, and definitely I hope Banshika will be also guided just like you because she is young, and I think she has a lot of dreams to tackle, but definitely a guidance or help from you also will able to succeed. No, what the Miss Earth needs. No, I mean the Miss Earth India needs for your country. Anyway, thank you very much, Priyan, and we wishing you luck, no, for this coming pageant at Vietnam, no. And I hope I have a lot of questions actually, but definitely we have a lot least time, no. So maybe I'll try to send you some question, and I'll just write it in the newspaper in our country in order for you to promote as well as my help, no. Thank you very much, Priyan. I hope you enjoy our interview. Thank you very much to the people of India. You have a very, very good queen, no, right now, 2023. I admire her most because of her courage and love, no, for your people and for your country. He never told me that I will leave India because of this, but she told that she want to fix, no, whatever problems that you have in your India in order um, to supply most of your people and help them at the same time. She is a medical practitioner. Maybe someday she will be a good doctor as well. And I hope, no, she will help a lot of people someday in medical. I mean, giving a medical attention uh, in some children or some old people in your country. Anyway, thank you very much, and I hope you will able to win this crown this year. I'm wishing you, and hopefully it's a gig. It's just a major uh, back, no, for India to win this crown this year, 2023. See you again, and I hope I'll see you personally. Maybe someday, if you have time, you can visit Philippines as well. Thank you very much. If you have some questions regarding Philippines, you can ask me directly, and I'll just send you a question for my article for the newspaper as well. Thank you very much, Priyan, and to all the people of India, good night, and I hope you will able, no, to support, no, our Miss Earth 2020, Miss Earth India 2023 Priyan Sain. Thank you very much, and good evening to all, and good night. Thank you. Bye bye.
Maraming salamat.
Maraming
Bye-bye.
salamat. Maraming salamat. Bye bye.